Rabbi Leibel, who was the Yeshiv Rosh of Agudas Rabbanim, and he gave out the journal Hapardis, the Torah journal Hapardis. His connection to the Rebbe is well known. He used to come to Fabrenges, to the big Fabrenges in the weekdays, and his connection is very strong to the Rebbe. He wrote a lot about the Rebbe, etc., etc. He also was in Miami. He used to come many times to Miami. He gave a shir in the yeshiva once, and after the shir, he spoke also about the Rebbe, the greatness of the Rebbe. And I remember one of the things he said was, I think it was Pasha Yisrei, and he said, it says, Vayishma Yisra, Yisra heard everything that happened, and that's why he came to the Midbar. And then it says, Vayisaper Moshe, Moshe told Yisra everything that happened. And the question that's asked, that if he already heard everything that happened, why did he need Moshe to repeat to him? So other truths give him. So he said, I'll tell you what the reason is. Because when you hear things, it's a fact, you hear it, it's a metzias. But when you hear it from Moshe Rabbeinu, it's Torah, because whatever Moshe Rabbeinu says is Torah. So when Vayisaper Moshe, Moshe told him, that's Torah. And the same thing is said in the Rebbe, that whatever the Rebbe says, that is Torah. Because whatever he says is everything is min hashamayim, and that's Torah. That's what he said about the Rebbe. Also want to mention that Harav Hirschberg from Mexico also was in the yeshiva and gave a shir in the yeshiva. And afterwards he spoke very highly about Lubavitch. He spoke about his connection to the Frierdiker Rebbe. He even told over details of his connection to the Frierdiker Rebbe. I don't remember the protim, but he spoke about it. He spoke his connection to the Rebbe. Also, Harav David Lifshitz, who was the Suval Kirov, I think that was he was called. He was a Zgan Yeshiv Rosh of Agudas Rabbanim. He also gave a shir in the yeshiva, and also afterwards spoke very, very highly about the Rebbe. Then there are other people who came to the yeshiva, actually didn't give a shir, but when they came, they spoke to me privately, and they were talking about Lubavitch, about the Rebbe. Harav Gdalia Felder from Toronto, Harav Berl Schwarzman, the famous Harav Berl Schwarzman. He came to the yeshiva, and I was in the middle of giving a shir, and I didn't know who it was. So he sat down to listen to the shir. And later, when I realized who he was, afterwards, I came over to him, I asked him to give a shir. He says, no, I heard a shir. Why should I give it? I heard a shir. And he also told me Lubavitch. He told me also about Lubavitch. So here we have other people who are great Rabbanim of their yachas to Lubavitch, to the Rebbe.